with Alex Pledger as we gear up towards Final Four weekend. Chief, you ready to go?
Yep. We've had a good week of preparation so far. We are obviously pretty familiar with the opponent, having just played them. So, we're ready to go.
How funny was that situation on Sunday? I mean, it was one of those situations you obviously, wanted to get a good result. Didn't necessarily plan out that way, but I suppose you also wanted to keep the powder dry a little bit with a view to this game coming up on Saturday evening.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird one to approach because we, didn't want to give them any psychological edge by winning, which ultimately happened. But at the same time, we didn't want to give away our entire playbook or any little things that we might have up our sleeves as well. So we, but as the old saying goes, the regular season records don't mean anything when the playoffs begin, and it should be a great match.
So what do you reckon? I mean, you've done this a couple of years now down here. We've been right there, but I say we as if I'm in the team, but I'm not. But the Sharks have obviously been right there at the business end, but haven't been able to quite get it over the line. What do you reckon will make the difference this year?
I think just, quite a few of the guys that are on this year's team have been here for the last 2 years, or at least last year. And I think just learning from those experiences, I think we have a lot of depth in this team. We have a lot of experience, and hopefully that will get us over the line.
Now, I know when I talk to the coach, he'll be talking about the defensive end and everything coming from that, I guess, and turnovers. It's the other, big one from his point of view too. I mean, what do you think holds the key for going out there and getting the business done?
I think just overall execution at both ends. I think we're one of the best offensive teams in the league. I think throughout pretty much the entire campaign, putting points on the board hasn't really been an issue for us. But just locking in at the defensive end and making certain players do things that they don't want to do and taking the ball out of certain guys' hands. And, if we can execute those things well, I think, right at the end we'll be there.
I don't want to put pressure on those big, broad shoulders of yours, but, this is where you want your experienced campaigners to step up too. I mean, do you feel that as a senior player on the squad for this weekend?
Yeah, I've both in the Aussie League and in this league, I've been in this situation quite a bit, and this year I think it's the first time in my life I've been the oldest guy on a team before. So it'll be I'll kind of just use that experience that I have and hopefully put in a couple of good performances.
So is it a different type of game? When you get to finals, I mean, what changes? Obviously, the pressure and intensity, I guess, ramps up.
Yeah, obviously, it's just because if you don't win on Saturday, you don't play on Sunday. So I think just kind of little mistakes just get amplified a little bit more than they perhaps would in the regular season, and referees let a little bit more go in the playoffs than they do during the regular season. So kind of keeping you cool with that kind of stuff, and then just making sure you play with the right sort of mindset and desperation, and quite often the team that brings more of that is the team who comes out on top.
And for you, I guess too, it's so. What is it? The last game in New Zealand for a while, I suppose you're over to Melbourne after this. What happens? I know you won't be necessarily looking past Saturday night and then hopefully Sunday night as well too. But what's next in terms of over to Melbourne for the ANBL?
It's a pretty quick turnaround after. Depending on what happens on Saturday and Sunday, I'll be flying over there on Wednesday afternoon. So, I've got to quickly come back down here, chuck all my stuff in a bag, fly back up to Auckland, and then fly over there. So, I don't have a whole lot of time, but I'll kind of keep my mind off that until hopefully Sunday night. Yeah.
Absolutely too, but I suppose new opportunity though, and that must be exciting too and invigorating as well. Change of scenery, change of country, change of city.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting over there, reuniting with Dino after spending the first 7 or 8 years or so of my career playing under him in some capacity, either as a head coach or an assistant, and from what I've heard about the club and just the city, it's it's various newspaper articles that'll be believed it's a very livable city. So I'm looking forward to getting over there, and should be an exciting season.
Good stuff, dude. Hey, congratulations on everything this year. I know there's still work to do, man, and I know you're focused on that, but and all the best, for the weekend ahead.
Cheers. Thank you.